bias in AI. It's omnipresent. AI is created by humans, therefore it's reflective of our bias. Ways, or how do you think using AI can actually support equity in the organizations that we have and in the specific jobs that leaders need to fulfill?
I think this is such an important, and like I have a hot take too of like, so I think, so yes, AI is biased. We all know this because it was created by humans and humans are inherently biased. But I believe that with intentional and thoughtful use of AI, we can get to more equitable practices than we currently have in our organizations. And I'm gonna like let that sit for a bit because I do think that it's possible for it to get better with AI, even though it is inherently um, biased because we're biased. And the reason I think this is that it will never be perfect. That is not like, things will constantly be changing and everything. And so we're not saying that there will no longer be bias. There will always be bias. It's just a matter of how are we going to reduce it? How are we going to become more aware of it and thoughtful of it? And so I think that um, it's the way that I think about it is like, let's take recruiting, right? Like, the funnel and all of the different parts of recruiting. When we use a tool to support the talent that we have that are great recruiters that understand the art and the science of it, and we bring in AI to help us with those different pieces, it can help us again reduce some of the biases. And I'll give you a specific example of how I've been able to do that on my team. So we needed to hire a senior engineering leader. And we had to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out what are we looking for in this leader. And it was really tough because we needed to replace. It wasn't because of a personal decision of the previous person leaving, and so it wasn't that we needed someone better than them or to replace something that was missing. It was just we just
Yeah.
needed someone new for the future. And so our amazing principal engineers, one of them who has tons of experience in hiring, said like, I have a gut feeling. I just know when someone is the right person. And some other engineers were like, well, but like I don't believe that and I don't know that. And how do you know that that's a gut? And another hot take, like I think that recruiting is an art and a science, and I think that you can codify what gut feeling is. I don't think you should not trust it, but I think we need to be really thoughtful about what we mean by gut feeling. And so I pushed and
Totally.
I said, okay, well, what do you mean? And so was able to get from everybody, okay, well, like, what does gut feeling mean? What are the things that you would have wanted to see or hear, whatever? And then I used AI to help me consolidate all of that brainstorming, all of those conversations to define a scorecard that we then were able to use. And then we use that scorecard to assess the candidates. And after the first interview, we then did our assessments, and then we took a pause and said, is this a scorecard giving us the information that we need? And we were able to then also use tools like Fathom, which is like the video recorder and the transcript taker, to say like, okay, well, here are the questions that we asked, let's rate them. And then being able to just compare also and go back and reassess. And so and then when we also did the debrief, when someone said, oh, I just like didn't really like the response about X, and pushing, well, what was the response? Like, why didn't you like that response? Being able to then go into the transcript, go into the clip of the video and say, here's where this person answered that question that you're
Mhm.
talking about. Let's all listen to it and assess, are we aligned in how we're reading this? And then being able to say, oh, actually, we're looking at it differently and why. And again, being able to do the process of alignment in a way that helped us get more equitable and reduce the bias to where we are now, where we were hired this person. We're very excited. And one of our engineers was like, oh, I understand what gut feeling is now. And I
Mm.
said, You do, but you know why you have that gut feeling because you know what you were looking for, and we have that clarity. And so I think in that way, when you're using AI, you can get to more equitable outcomes to reduce bias. But I just shared like a lot of what we did to get there. And so it's just again, you need to have that human in the loop to help you do that.
It's like, I feel like right there was a 5-minute masterclass on thinking about AI from a strategic lens as opposed to a tactical outcome. I will be sharing these in future. They'll be on my website, little snippets, because Alicia, that was amazing.